just a short one to show you how to create surfaces in Civil 3D that we can use for cut and fill, and then also use those surfaces in Revit to create topo solids for some easy viewing of to other people. So the first thing I do is I go and I start a new project with my Civil 3D metric template. Right, the tool space will pop up. Make sure it's in perspective because this is I'm going to use to create my surface. The two files I have are AutoCAD files from a survey. They both have triangulation in them, so we're going to create a contour and triangulation surface with them in order to use them. So I find for me the best way to do it is to go into XR and attach the drawings as XREFs. And the reason I do this is so that they both fall in on top of each other in a geolocated location. If the architect or if the surveyor sent it us geolocated. Right, so that will take a short while just to load. Right, there we go. So there's our two files. If I go into my XREF window here, if I pick it, I can see that's design and that's survey. So they all looking good, and you can see it's all triangulation. And to check if they're geolocated, etc., I just normally type in ID, enter, and I ID a point. And I can see down the bottom here the easting and northing and the Z value is all there. So that gives me confidence that it's in the right place. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a surface with the 3D faces. But because I can't work with the XREFs or blocks, the first thing I do is I go to both these XREFs and I bind them into my project. Now you can see they're both bright red, so there's two blocks in there. There's a survey block and a if I zoom in there, you can see there's the other block there. Right. So to work with this efficiently, I go and I explode. Just type in explode the survey file. Unfortunately, it won't work with blocks. I've tried just selecting the block. It wants to look at the 3D faces. So there's a 3D face. If I ID that again, I can see that I get an easting and northing and a Z value. And if I repeat an ID somewhere else, the Z value is different. So that tells me it's still in 3D. Right, so first thing I do is I know I'm going to have two surfaces. I need a design surface and a survey surface. So I click on right click on surface and I go create a surface and I go survey surface and survey and change the style to be contours and triangles. Okay, and I'll just say okay, don't worry about render material. So if I expand it, I've got one surface there. I might as well create the next one as well, which is my design. Design surface, give it a description of design. Same thing, contours and contours and triangles, go okay. Right, so I'll expand these two because I'm going to use commands within here. So under survey surface, I've got definitions. I go create a because these two are now empty, so I need to add data to it to create the surface. Right, I'm going to use drawing objects. I'm going to add 3D faces. I want to maintain the edge from the object and the description. I'll call it, oops, this one is survey, and I go okay. And all I do is I pick the whole lot. So even though I pick the whole lot, it's not going to pick the block that's still in there, which is the design file. It'll only pick 3D faces because that's what I told it to do. So you can see it's created the survey, but it's it's added in a connection to all these spaces that I don't really like and I don't really want. And to remedy that, I go to boundaries, add, call the boundary design, leave it on outer 1 meter is fine, and I go and I select. And when I select in the middle, I can see that it's created a new triangulation for me that's also got contours and it's got a new surface which has got contours and triangulation. Cool. So I can save that, call it cut and fill for now. Save that. All right, so I need to do the same for the design surface, but because I've got the survey triangulation in there, I want to delete it. So I'm going to pick it before I explode that design surface. Otherwise, it's going to be a whole mix. Just erase all of that. Right, so all I've got is my new surface and my design. So if I now go and I explode, so same process as before, explode, make sure you pick your design file. Cool, so that's all done. Oh, make sure just pick one with triangles. Yeah, we've got the right one. So same thing, I go under design, expand definitions, 3D faces, design, okay. Into that, perfect, there we go. So it's created that. Same thing, clean it up by going to boundaries, add a new boundary, call it design, okay, and pick. There we go, perfect. So now I've got two boundaries in there, and we're going to now do the cut and fill little calculation. Just going to minimize these two surfaces like such, and then what I'm going to do is create a new surface. It's now a tin volume surface. Give it a name. I'll call it cut and fill. Give it the same description, cut and fill. You can obviously name it whatever you need to. So my base is my survey. My comparison surface is my design, and I say okay. Give it a short while. It's busy now calculating. You can see it on the bottom here, and it'll create the right. So there I've got my surface there. I can right mouse click, go to surface properties. Under information, I'm going to my range. I'm going to change this to range interval. Leave that as a default. And then under, sorry, so I've just gone back into information. Under contours and triangles, I'm going to change it to elevation and banding. Apply and okay. So if I look at it, it gives me some weird colors. Let me see if I can try and change those colors. This now tells us what the cut and fill is, right? So surface properties, definition. I don't need analysis. I'm so sure there was something here in analysis that I could change. There we go, to give me the different colors. Sorry, I just played around a little bit. And now if I go okay, it'll make a bit more sense as to what my colors are. And those colors purely relate to, if I go back to surface property, so I can pick this up another way. What's happened there? I'm just picking all the faces from the design, just deleting them out now. There we go. They were sort of overlapping and hiding out the I could have put it on another layer and just um, turn the layer off, but that tells me my cut in full volume. So once I'm there, um, I can go back to surface properties under analysis, under statistics, was it analysis or under statistics? I can go, and if I click volume, it gives me the cut and fill volumes of those two surfaces. So we can see there net volume cut. I think mainly got a cut by the looks of this thing. Oh, sorry, there's a cut and fill there. So I've got a cut and a volume, a cut and fill volumes net, and then the actual cut and fill volumes as well. What I can do is I can go in here and copy that to clipboard, say okay, go Control V, and it's put all that information on the drawing. So that's one way of doing it. Obviously just change the text style to something a bit better so we can read it. That's in there. The other thing I think you can do is you can go to analysis. So if you choose, I think if you select both of them, no, if you select this one, oops, select that one. As soon as you select it, you'll come up to this window and you go to volumes dashboard. And you'll go here to this one of his icons there that says, okay, yeah, you want to create a new surface, say, yep, that's the one, go okay. And what it'll do is it'll add all that information in there, as well as what the cut and fill is. If you click this here, it goes to a web page, and it sort of writes it out like that. So you can see it's gone to the web, and it's given us that report which we could print out as well. If I go back to Civil3D and I right mouse click in here, there was the way to copy. Oh yeah, copy value, copy to clipboard, or copy value. Let's go copy to clipboard. Go back down here. We have got that other information. And I could go Control V on my keyboard. It'll drop that in there as well. So it's just another little bit of analysis which I can put under there. I just want to see if I go copy value to clipboard, what it does. Control V. That's just the one value we don't want that. And that's it. So that's basically how I do cut and fill volumes. Save that. And you could print this out as a PDF and send it off to whoever you need to. At least when they look at this now, they can get all this information there. They got the cut, the fill, the fill, the net, and they've got it all there as well. Hopefully that helps with that.